Hey cruisers, thank you so much for joining us for our weekly vlog. Today's episode is sponsored by cruiseline.com, where you can find reviews, tips, and photos from real everyday cruisers. And as always, we will link to cruiseline.com in the description box below. So what are we up to today? We are going to cover three things. We're going to cover tons of cruise news because late January and early February were a very, very busy time in the cruise industry. We are then going to, drumroll, announce our next cruise, and then we're going to close out today's vlog with a little bit of question and answer sessions. So let's jump into the news, and then of course we will talk about the exciting stuff, which I know all of you are anxiously awaiting. And don't forget, we will cover our next episodes at the end as well, our next live stream dates, all that good stuff. So in news, I know all of you are very excited about this one. Celebrity Cruises floated out Celebrity Edge late January. So floated out of her dry dock at the STX shipyard. And as we all know, Celebrity Edge is coming soon and will spend her inaugural season sailing alternating 7-night Eastern and Western Caribbean itineraries before transporting people over to the Med for 7 to 11-night sailings in Barcelona and Rome in 2019. So Celebrity Edge is coming soon, guys. Bookings are open, and the first sailing is going to be November 21st, 2018, home porting in Fort Lauderdale. So if you're excited about that ship, get online, get booking. All right, next news for the week is from Norwegian Cruises. On January 31st, Norwegian Cruise Line marked the start of its construction for Norwegian Encore, and Norwegian will be the ultimate and also the last ship in the Breakaway Plus class special. I think it's very interesting that they said this is the last ship in the Breakaway Plus class. So in Germany, they did their standard steel cutting ceremony, which marks the ceremonial start of construction on these ships. So that ship is due for delivery on my birthday of all days in 2019. So October 31st, 2019, we are going to be seeing Norwegian Encore delivered. So apparently that's going to be the 17th ship in the Norwegian fleet, and as we mentioned, the fourth and final ship in the Breakaway Plus class. This has been a very successful class in this brand's history, and this one is going to hold about 4,000 passengers at 167,800 gross tons, you guys. This one is going to be available for reservations next month. So coming soon, March 2018, you can start booking Norwegian Encore. Very exciting. All right, now on to news from Disney Cruise Line. They are bringing back their two very special engagements, which we all know and love, Star Wars Day at Sea and Marvel Day at Sea. If you'd like to know a little bit more about that, make sure you check out our website. All of these news links, by the way, are on our website. So for Star Wars Day at Sea, that's going to be early March 2019. Those are going to be 7-night Disney fantasy sailings. And Marvel at Sea looks like those are also going to be January to early March. I'm sorry, so are Star Wars Day at Sea. They're both January to early March 2019, and they're going to do special sailings on Disney Magic and Disney Fantasy. So check those out at cruisetipstv.com on the news tab if you want to hear a little bit more. All right, now some news from Carnival Corp about P&O cruises. For those of you who are in the UK, very exciting that Carnival Corp announced it's signed a shipbuilding contract for a second-gen cruise ship for P&O. So this is the second one that's going to be new, and this one's going to be delivered in 2022. Very similar to a fellow P&O Cruises sister ship that's due in 2020. This one's coming 2 years later. This one will be the largest cruise ship to be built specifically for the British market. So for those of you who live in the UK, please let me know what you think about that. Now, this is a giant ship, guys. 5,200 lower berths and 180,000 gross tons. That is a mega ship, really, really big. All right. Our next bit of news today is from Holland America. They are expanding their guest service for their Alaska land and sea journeys, guys. They are adding a 99-room addition that features junior suites at their lodge up in Denali. So these junior suites will have balconies, larger living rooms, and more amenities for the guests. So this is going to be, I want to see exactly what property this is going to be at. I believe that this is the McKinley Chalet Resort and Denali Square area. So that's very exciting and just adds more options if you're doing an Alaska land and sea with Holland America. And our last bit of news today is a great segue into our big announcement about our next cruise, and that is that Carnival Splendor and Carnival Miracle have done their flip-flop. They have done their ship shift, and Carnival Splendor is now in Long Beach, California. I saw a picture of it online and it looks so big in Long Beach after having the Miracle here for so long. So it's made its transit through the Panama Canal, and Carnival Miracle has made its transit going the opposite direction over to Homeport in Tampa. So we're very excited about that. We know that that's going to be super cool stuff. Now that leads us to the big announcement, guys. Probably no surprise to you that our next cruise is going to be on Carnival Splendor coming up this spring. We're really thrilled about it. We're looking at deals and we are going to make it happen. Cannot wait. Now, we will be jumping on that ship for a little preview next weekend at the Long Beach terminal ribbon cutting. By the time that we air this episode, it'll actually be this upcoming weekend. So we're excited to show you little peeks of the new terminal, the newly expanded terminal in Long Beach before that happens. So join us in celebrating. We are thrilled. We're thrilled. I have lots of questions today from cruisers who need some answers, and I need a lot of help with this. If you all have some answers for me, let me know. Some of them I'm going to do my best to answer. Some of them I'm going to go ahead and turn over to the experts. Bill Pinky on Twitter wants to know the benefits of purchasing non-cruise line travel insurance. What is it protecting? So Bill, to answer your question, the reason that a lot of people buy their insurance outside the cruise line isn't just because it's less expensive. It generally is quite a bit less expensive. But what you're also doing is you're covering your entire trip, not just the cruise. So you might choose to cover your flight portion, your pre and post cruise travels, and a lot of people find that that's a little bit easier to do when they buy insurance outside the line. Now, I'm very much oversimplifying here. So for those of you who want to learn a little bit more about this, over on Cruise Radio, Doug Parker did an excellent interview with one of the executives at tripinsurance.com that outlines a little bit more about travel insurance for cruisers. So be sure to give that a listen on his podcast. I've got the same question from two people this week, and this is really interesting, you guys, and I need your help with this. Both Natalia and Adam want to get passports stamped on their cruises in ports like Cozumel, Grand Cayman, Falmouth, Roatan, Costa Maya, and Belize. Has anyone ever done this? Have you ever got your passport stamped? And if so, how do you do it and where do you go? Mary Margaret wants to know if she needs the drink package on her next cruise. Wants to know if you can just order drinks as needed. If you're only the type who drinks a few drinks a day, and she also wants some tips on motion sickness. Mary Margaret, from what you've told me, it doesn't sound like you need the drink package. You're probably going to spend way too much money on it. I would go a la carte, and yes, you can absolutely buy your drinks a la carte one at a time as you'd like them. If you're not going to drink 5 or 7 drinks a day, and that's very rough math because this calculation is different for every cruise line and every cruiser, then go ahead and buy them a la carte. As for motion sickness, we have lots of videos and information on motion sickness and a very, very exciting new product release that has come out most recently, and that is the Relief Band 2.0. You'll want to be sure to follow us on our other channel, Cruise Gear, because we are going to be doing a video review of the Relief Band, which is considered the premium solution for motion sickness. There are lots of other solutions, including medications, pressure point wristbands, all kinds of different things. So we'll go ahead and make sure that you get some links to those. Kelly Willard needs tips for Grand Cayman and Cozumel with 2 cruisers using walkers, everybody. So Grand Cayman and Cozumel, 2 cruisers using walkers. Kelly, I would suggest that in both places, nice bus tours of the island might be nice for them. Look for accessible tours when you visit your shore excursion desk on the cruise line and let them help you out a little bit with that. Alex Hendry wants to know what we do with all the laundry in our pop-up hampers at the end of the cruise. Alex, we definitely take all of the laundry out of the pop-up hamper and fold it and put it back in packing cubes, and then fold down our pop-up hampers and put them in the suitcase separately. So we don't transition the full hamper into our suitcase. All right, guys, Megan Tracy needs celebrity cruise help. If anyone's ever been on Celebrity Solstice to Alaska or has tips on celebrity in general, we'd love your tips below. Karen Davis wants some affordable water-resistant watch recommendations under $50. So if you've ever stumbled upon a nice affordable watch under $50 for Karen that's water-resistant, let's give her some tips. And Karen, I'm going to work on putting some in our shop for you as well at amazon.com/shop/cruise tips TV. Give me some time and I'll get them in there for you. 2 more questions today. Karen Byers is going on a 16-day Panama Canal and wants to know if she needs vaccinations for Cartagena, Punta Arenas, Costa Rica, and San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua. Karen, I don't believe you do, but if anyone has been vaccinated for those ports, please let me know. And lastly, guys, Teresa Johnston needs some carry-on bag recommendations. Teresa, I recommend that you go to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Ross and look at some carry-on bags that meet your specifications. Look for something something that looks sturdy and works for you and a color that you love that you can actually feel and touch. Other good alternatives would be to check our store that I mentioned earlier. We have some great carry-ons there. Some really good brands for carry-on bags would be Travel Pro, It Luggage, and eBags. So check those out. Wow, what do you guys think? Was that action-packed? I think it was. So let's talk about our next few live streams and episodes that we have coming up. We have our Valentine's Day special, which is going to be Romance on the High Seas themed. We are now going to be talking about weddings, honeymoons, and vow renewals on board on February 14th. And then on February 17th, we're going to be having another live stream, Saturday, our normal time. So Saturday, January 17th, noon Pacific time, we're going to talk all about our cruise coming up on the Carnival Splendor, why we booked it, what type of cabin we booked, and what makes this cruise special. So join us then. Our Valentine's Day episode will be at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Please leave your comments below. If you've never subscribed before, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can keep sending you lots and lots of goodness. We will see all of you very soon. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye.
Cruise around the week.
Hey, click me to subscribe.